I've now had the Nuobell 580 dumbbells for 5 years. How have they held up? Have I broken them? Are they still worth buying in 2026? There's a lot more competition in the dumbbell market now. Would I still recommend the Nuobell 580s? Let's find out.
Come and get it. Come and get it.
By the way, if you want to check out the Nuobell 580s, the link is down in the description. And if you do use that link, it does help out the channel at no additional cost to you. I rewatched my original Nuobell video from 5 years ago, and boy, was the dumbbell scene a weird scene 5 years ago. If you want to take a trip down memory lane to remember what the market was like back then, check out the video probably in that corner, I think. And quick piece of background, these have been my main dumbbells for most of the last 5 years, and they've been with me in 3 different houses, with the caveat that now that we've moved into the new house, they haven't gotten as much use in the last year because I have fixed dumbbells in the garage, and these are just the dumbbells that are in the upstairs portion of the gym, and so they mostly have gotten used by my wife. So they've still gotten used this last year, but not nearly as much. There are 5 categories that we will touch on: feel and form factor, adjustment speed, max load, build quality and durability, and price. As you will soon see, there are always trade-offs when it comes to adjustable dumbbells, and it is impossible to win all 5 categories. Feel and form factor. By the way, I added those casters so that I could move the dumbbells around. Very easy DIY. Definitely worth it. I just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 square U-bolts and some little metal plates. Don't remember where I got these from, but you just literally put them on there, tighten it down with a wrench, and that's it. Easiest DIY ever. Highly recommend it. Do so at your own risk because they will topple over. You have been warned. Feel and form factor is a category where the Nuobells really shine. They have a single handle design, no cage of any kind, so they feel like a fixed dumbbell, and the handle is straight and fully knurled, which is the superior design for a dumbbell handle. And even a lot of fixed dumbbells don't even have this design. A lot of fixed dumbbells either have a contoured handle and they're partially knurled, or they have rubber on the handle or something like that. But keep in mind that Nuobells are definitely not the only dumbbell that has this design. There are several other dumbbells that have a fully knurled straight handle with no rubber. Another important feature of the design is that the weight plates add onto and drop off of the end. So the dumbbell is only as wide as it needs to be for the amount of weight that you're lifting. If I slot this in, give it a couple twists, I've now added 1 plate on the end, so it's slightly wider. This is in contrast to a fixed dumbbell handle that you add Olympic plates onto, or the old school spin lock dumbbells, or the Bowflex dumbbells, where it just drops plates off of the handle. With those dumbbells, they are always at max length, which can make them a little bit unwieldy when doing certain exercises. The Nuobells at max length are 17 inches long as compared to a hex head dumbbell at the same weight of 16.5 inches long. And the Nuobells are 7.5 inches wide as compared to the equivalent hex head dumbbell at 8.25 inches wide. So they fit right in line with the size of a fixed dumbbell as well. Another thing to look out for with adjustable dumbbells is how comfortable are the dumbbells when you sit them on your knee before you bench. Because with dumbbells that slot together, there's generally going to be some sort of tab of some kind to help them stay together. In this case, Nuobell has this little plastic dovetail. It looks like it would be uncomfortable. However, it's really not, and it's never bothered me in the 5 years of using these dumbbells. And I have used other dumbbells that are much more uncomfortable when propping them on your legs before bench. and the weights are pretty tightly stacked together, so there's a lot less jiggle than some other adjustable dumbbell options. 5 years later, I can't really say that they win the feel and form factor category anymore, since there are several other adjustable dumbbells that feel like fixed dumbbells. However, they definitely still occupy the S tier. Now it's time for the speed category, and this is what draws a lot of people to the Nuobell system. The Nuobells used to be the fastest adjusting dumbbell. There are other dumbbells that use the same mechanism now, so they're not the fastest anymore. However, just to give this category away, they are still at the very tippy top, right there in the S tier. Now there are other dumbbells utilizing the same adjustment mechanism. However, the Nuobells were the OGs. They're faster than the Power Blocks, Snoads, Iron Master, Bowflex, Rep-Ins, Rep Quick Draws, and basically every other adjustable dumbbell that doesn't use this mechanism. And they're definitely faster than spin lock dumbbells or Olympic dumbbell handles. And just to show how fast they are, let's go from 5 pounds all the way up to the max weight of 80 pounds. Let's get the clock ready, and so that was probably like 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds. And there's also a hidden benefit here as well, because since the handles themselves adjust and you don't have to take your hands off the handles to adjust them, and there's a nice tactile click, you can make adjustments without even looking at the dumbbells, and you can adjust them both at the same time. And this is gonna be your best friend if you are using adjustable dumbbells and you're doing drop sets or supersets. So just to demonstrate, without even having to look to see what the weight was on. So again, while the Nuobell 580s are not the only dumbbells that are this fast, they are still tied at the very tippy top of S tier in this category as well. Now let's talk about maximum load though. The Nuobell 580s adjust from 5 pounds to 80 pounds in 5-pound increments, hence the name 580s. With a maximum load of 80 pounds and no options of expandability, the Nuobell 580s fall right in the middle of the pack. There are many adjustable dumbbell systems that top out at 50 pounds or less, and so of course these beat all of those options out. However, there are several options that go much higher. They lose out to the Bowflex dumbbells and the Power Block Elites, which go up to 90 pounds a piece. The TrueLap dumbbells go up to 92 pounds, which is weird, but okay. There's the new Nuobells, the S series, which go up to 100 pounds a piece, and I may or may not be reviewing those very soon. The Rep-Ins go up to 125 pounds a piece. There's another company making a cageless adjustable dumbbell that goes up to 120 pounds a piece that I can't name yet. However, by the time this video goes up, they might have already announced those, but those go up to 120 pounds a piece. And the Nuobell 580s barely beat out the Iron Master base kit, but the Iron Master dumbbells are expandable all the way up to 180 pounds, whereas the Nuobell 580s will always be capped at 80 pounds. If we're being honest, 80-pound dumbbells are enough for the vast majority of people, but I know a lot of the people who watch my videos fall into the categories of power lifter, Olympic lifter, bodybuilder, strongman competitor, or other strength-related sports. So there's obviously a lot of people that are going to need more of a challenge or heavier exercises than 80 pounds. And there's also the Power Block Pros, which go up to 175 pounds a piece. However, at a price of $2,469, it's not even really a fair comparison. And unlike 5 years ago, there are a ton of adjustable dumbbell options nowadays, so I'm probably forgetting to name some of them. But the point remains, the Nuobells fall kind of in the B tier for maximum load. If you're enjoying the video and you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. When it comes to build quality and durability, this is where you will see some people get heated on YouTube. However, as someone who is not a Nuobell hater or a Nuobell fanboy, I'm gonna take a much more balanced approach to this category, because the Nuobells, there's some good, there's some bad. They have a lot better build quality than a lot of adjustable dumbbells, but they're lacking in some ways as well. Earlier, I talked about the fully knurled straight handle. That's a big plus. There's the metal plates versus a lot of adjustable dumbbells use plastic plates. The plates also stack very tightly, which would be a positive when it comes to durability. But there is a lot of plastic on these dumbbells. So earlier I talked about the plastic dovetails. I don't really foresee this being an issue, and I have again had these dumbbells for 5 years and it's not been an issue. And in this instance, I actually do like the plastic tabs because of the way that they're shaped and the fact that it's really nice, smooth plastic. That is why they are so comfortable to put on your legs when you're getting ready for a bench. And as long as you're not doing something crazy like throwing these down, by the way, they aren't drop proof, don't throw them down. So as long as you're just using them normally, like I have for the last 5 years, there's not gonna be an issue there. That said, do not drop these. They are not drop proof. It says right there on the website, they're not drop proof. And there are multiple YouTube videos of people drop testing these and breaking them. So you can go look those up if you would like. They're not drop proof, but under normal use, if you are returning them to the cradle every time you get done and you're not throwing them down on the ground, these are gonna last a very long time, as noted by the fact that I've been using them for the last 5 years. That said, there are a couple of places where I could see there is a lot of plastic on these dumbbells, and the cradle has plastic end caps on it. And one of the dovetail pieces inside of my cradles came broken when I got these dumbbells 5 years ago, but it actually hasn't gotten any worse though, interestingly, and it hasn't caused a problem in 5 years. So it hadn't bothered me, but it is proof that you could technically break one of those tabs if you hit it in the wrong way. There's also a tiny amount of flex in the plastic end caps when you go to re-rack them if you kind of come in at an angle, but that hasn't really caused any issues. They've not broke or popped off or anything like that in 5 years of use, but I do wish that they would put metal end caps on these. And the Nuobell S series does have metal end caps. There's also a plastic push pin on the inside of the cradle, which is what unlocks the dumbbell so that you can turn the handle and change the weight. If you were to break one of those pins, you no longer have functional dumbbells. However, because of the way they slot into the cradle, I don't really foresee that ever happening. And actually it would be next to impossible for that to actually happen. But if it did, you wouldn't have functioning dumbbells. And speaking of mis-slotting, that brings me to my next issue. They do mis-slot sometimes. It doesn't happen very often, but if you come in at maybe like a little bit of an angle, you can slot them in to where the tabs don't match up, but it's actually pretty easy to re-slot. You just, and it fixes itself. And that only happens maybe 1 out of every 6 or 7 times that I've re-racked these. And having tested a lot more dumbbells at this point, I can say that these are probably a little bit above average in terms of being able to re-rack these without them mis-slotting. And they don't mis-slot in a way that you're in danger of breaking that pin. Again, I think that would be next to impossible to happen. It's just a matter of those tabs not lining up and having to pop, as I mentioned. I mentioned in my original review 5 years ago, it's a matter of time to see how well the cradles hold up. And here we are 5 years later, the cradles have held up. The Nuobells come in the B tier, maybe the lower B tier in terms of durability. Just don't throw them down, please. Next up, let's talk about the price. The Nuobell 580s are definitely in the premium price category. However, they're not the most expensive dumbbells either, at $769 for the dumbbells and $195 for the stand. And that is impressive that they've only raised their price for the dumbbells by $24 over the course of the last 5 years, and the price for the stand has stayed the same. Comparing this to similar dumbbells, the Nuobell S5100s costs $999 for the dumbbells and $349 for the stand, keeping in mind that those do go up to 100 pounds a piece. The TrueLap 8592 G4s at 92 pounds a piece cost $1,049.95. The 75-pound Ironmaster base kit is $699, which is actually a $50 price cut from 5 years ago. However, they don't come with a stand anymore, which is now $169. And so the price of the Ironmaster dumbbells have gone up by about 110 bucks. And also keeping in mind that those are expandable all the way up to 180 pounds if you want to add more weight later. But of course, they don't adjust nearly as quickly, so there are trade-offs. And the rep-ins are $1,499.99, and the stand is $299.99. So considering the price for what you get, the Nuobells come in around the B tier. As I mentioned in the beginning, when it comes to adjustable dumbbells, it is impossible to win all 5 categories. The Nuobells are absolutely S tier when it comes to feel and the adjustment speed. However, when it comes to max load, price, and durability, they occupy the B tier for those categories. And also when it comes to adjustable dumbbells, it's hard to give a final verdict because it's really going to depend on your specific use case. But what I can say is if you're looking for dumbbells that go up to 80 pounds, feel like fixed dumbbells, and adjust super quickly, these are a worthy contender, even 5 years later with all of the other options. And stay tuned because we're going to be checking out the Nuobell S series very soon. They are right here off camera. Again, if you want to check these out, use the link in the description. It does help out the channel and is greatly appreciated. As always, God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next week. And we'll talk more about